Hey guys, it's Jake. Gonna do another video. I want to do a little update on a project that I've been working on. I haven't really. I wanted to film me in the process. My buddy Remy right here. I wanted to film me in the process of doing this job, but I've been real lazy about taking videos. My big thing is the editing, which I'll probably mention that 1,000 times until I actually get better at the editing portion of it. But I've got a buddy of mine. He's a good friend and a big customer of mine. It's one of my main customers. Get away, bud. So he does truck repair. He owns it's a truck repair business. He does roadside mainly. He works out in a shop too, but he mainly does like roadside assistance. Working on vehicles. Rem, stop. And he had a Cummins, which is a standard bed on it, and he put a utility bed on there, which worked great. But then he ran across this. It's a F550, so it's got a longer frame to it, longer chassis. The wheelbase is a lot longer, so he took the bed off, the utility bed that he had, off of his Cummins, and he put on this Ford, this F550. And when he centered up the wheel wells to his bed, he had about this a little over 2 foot gap between the utility bed and the cab. So he's got a Speed Air. Remy, come on, buddy. He's got a Speed Air gas driven air compressor that he wants to run on his truck, which he is right now. He's just got it bolted down. Again, talking about the time crunch excuse that I have, but it's winter time here in Ohio, so the weather's starting to get kind of crappy. We've been kind of lucky, and we haven't really had too much snow or salt and rain on the roads. And I need to get this box done for him. That way he can get this compressor inside this box. It's housed and it's out of the elements. But this box will have, it's basically going to be 3 different storage areas that'll be in it. Remy, come on, buddy. And he'll have in the main section in the center. It'll be dividing walls, and he'll be able to put his his gas driven air compressor inside there. And then on the other side where the dividing walls are, on each side he'll have lockers to be able to store his stuff. So I'm gonna kind of scoop you up and take you over to the box and show you like where I'm at with it right now. And I would like to start documenting the rest of, even though it's really late into the project, I'd say about 3/4 done. Maybe not quite, but pretty close. It's kind of late in the project to document me working on it, but it's better to start now than never. And this will be it's one of the bigger projects that I've done, if not the biggest project that I've done. So it would be kind of fun to document and kind of show you guys and share the process of me at least finishing the box, I guess. So my problem is I don't really have a lot of tools, as I'm just kind of starting out. Like I said, I've been doing this for like 2 years now. But the money that I make a lot of times goes towards, like family time and stuff like that. So I don't always go back and reinvest it back in the shop. So how it comes for me buying tools is a little bit more of a slower process than some guys, which is fine because I still make do with it. Just kind of takes me longer to get some things accomplished. I have to take it the harder way around, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna scoop you up. I'll take you over to the box, kind of show you where I'm at with it, and then later on, probably be tomorrow because it's getting kind of late now. I've got two more doors that I have to bend up. And then I gotta start hacking holes in them to house the latches, and then mount the striker pins and excuse me, and all that stuff. So like I said, I'll pick you up. I'll show you what's going on with it, show you what I need to do, and kind of show you what it looks like, and kind of go from there. So just give me a second here. So this is the box as it sits right now. It's total. It's 8, if I remember by memory, it's 89 inches in width, and I think it was 56 inches tall, something like that. So it's a pretty big box. So there'll be a dividing wall, basically go from right here. So the frame rails sit in a little bit further, but go in right there and draw a line straight up. There'll be a dividing wall both ways. So just about the width of this box, the hatch to the box, will be the area that's stored in there. That's where his gas-driven air compressor will go on. It should fit there pretty snug, but a little bit of room left. So it's all 11 gauge material. That's including the caps on each end, and then the skirting all the way around the outside. Also 11 gauge or 1/8 inch material channel. That's where his doors will sit into, with your weather stripping and then your striker pin for the latch and all that stuff. The all the edges around are completely welded everywhere around here. Let's close this door up. So you got stitch welds all the way around on the inside everywhere, and then like I said, it's all all the seams on the outside are completely welded all the way around, which comes out to, like, I did the math, and it's just under 62 feet of welds along the bottom, inside. So that way it's just a cleaner look, and it'll last quite a while that way too. Let's get this guy out of the way. This is one of the doors that you have to bend up. So you got your top hatch. You close that up. I'll come around the other side and close them up real quick. We got just one little gas strut to help me open and close it right now. But he closes down in there. It's a flush mount, along with the side doors will also be flush mount doors, which you can see on this one door here. So I gave myself just a little bit of room, so when you close it up, it actually passes. It's a little bit under, but once you add in your weather stripping, it'll give you a nice, like a positive stop, a little bit of squish to really get that sealed up. So I got one door done. Like I said, I've got two more to go. This is the other door that I just did earlier. Don't mind my mess on the table here. I need to clean it up, but again, going back to not having, you know, a completely equipped shop, it comes down to like having a brake. I don't own a brake. Even if I did, it'd take a pretty heavy duty brake to my knowledge to be able to bend. Like the one doors are 36 inches in length at 11 gauge. I mean, that's a pretty heavy brake to begin with. These are 20 and a quarter, I believe, by 22 and a quarter. So 11 gauge. So what I did, again, going back to not having all the tools, eventually I will, hopefully. But what I went through here and did is I just lightly scored the edges all the way around, and then believe it or not, went through and kind of worked it up with a crescent wrench, and then massaged it back with kind of a little bit of Jesse James bodywork style. But I had this real nice square piece of cold rolled 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch. It's got a real nice square edge on it, no radius or anything. And I kind of held them up there and kind of massaged it in with a dead blow hammer. And like I said, that process is pretty lengthy to do. I considered outsourcing, but one, I couldn't wait on, a lot of the shops around here to do it were so busy, or I'd have to wait a couple weeks, or my main thing was I just want to do everything in-house. So I'm pretty happy with the result, how they turned out. They've got some pretty good edges to them, if you can see that or not. Again, a brake would be great for that. That's somewhere down the road in the future, hopefully sooner than later. But like I said, this is just a little update. So be a door here, door there, dividing wall going down that way, and then along the center to divide these two, there'll also be a dividing piece right there. And this side here, he'll have his oxyacetylene torch set. He's got some like 80 cubic foot tanks, I believe, so they'll fit in there just about perfect. Then dividing, so he'll have the oxyacetylene, his tanks, his hoses, all that stuff. He wants a reel put on there, so we can make that happen. And then dividing here is where he wants all of his welding hoods and all that stuff, because he's got a gas-driven welder also. And you come to this side, so this side will be strictly pneumatic. So dividing wall, he'll have a nice little panel right here to start, stop. He'll have the gauges, his retractable air reel, all that stuff. And I kind of did something a little different here, which I thought was kind of a cool touch. I haven't really seen any other boxes that do this. Again, sorry for the crappy video taking here. Hopefully as I do this I'll get better with editing and not being so lazy. But what I did was I was trying to think about what to do for this top hatch, this top lid here, and I thought, well, let me flip you around. So what I thought is like, well, we'll just take some let's take some nice T-handles and put on that top hatch. You know, one at each end, 2 T-handles. That way it's not in the center. You get a little more rigidity out of it. And that would look fine too. But I want to do something kind of unique with it. And I did a flush mount top door on there. It's going to have weather stripping also, so you don't have to worry about water getting down inside, you know, the actual box where the air compressor will be. But I want to do something different than just a standard T-handle. Or let me get the actual latches. Let me go grab those really quick. I'll kind of show you what he's going to have on the side. I'll show you my other idea. So he's got these, a little bit of dust on them. Not a big deal. It's better to get on my coat. He's got these nice, I ordered these nice all stainless steel on the exterior. Inside is just galv coated. Still high quality latch. They're Buyer's Products brand, and I got the key set. All 4 latches are the same key set, so he's got like 8 spare keys, so it's kind of going to be hard to lose them, which is great. But I want to make sure that each door wasn't an individual key, because that would kind of suck to have to use a different key. So anyway, I considered putting these even on the top, you know, but the problem with that is rain, snow, ice, all that stuff. You got this pocket for it just kind of build up into, and then if you need to get your hand in there to open it up, that's really not going to happen with the ice. And you know, mainly the winter time is going to be a pain in the butt. That, and you just have stagnant water that would kind of always sit right there. I didn't like that, so then I thought, well, I'll do T-handles, and T-handles would be a nice way, a good way to go. Also, they would look nice. But I wanted to make it unique and something just a little bit better quality and give it, you know, just that extra touch. So next thing I thought was, well, instead of doing T-handles or those style latches, we'll do, you know, your standard, which I'm holding upside down, your standard hood latch for a vehicle. And this is actually out of it's brand new, so it goes to 05. I know 05 for sure. I don't know what all years it covers. Was a 2005 Silverado hood latch, and he's even though it's going on a Ford, he's a big Dodge guy, so I had to make sure I put my at least one of my Chevy parts in there to get a kick out of him. But that'll be mounted, you know, below, inside, and then on the driver's side, I got the hood release lever on the cable and everything. Sitting over on the bench, but that'll go on the driver's side door, so when he first opens it up, if he needs to get into there, he can access it. He'll just have to pull that and it'll pop that top open, and then you won't have anything across the top. We'll probably still put a handle up top, just you know, some round stock bent up, look real nice, but a round stock handle so you can actually pull it up. But the gas struts that we have on there are pretty strong, so it kind of pops itself up on its own once you release this. So I thought that was kind of a cool touch. We'll see how we like it. Where the striker pins go for all the doors and everything, I'm making my own striker pins. It's not necessary, but it's kind of good practice because I get to do a little bit of threading on the lathe, which I really enjoy doing. So I'm making them out of like 304 stainless, so those will never rust. And so when you close your door, you know, obviously your striker pin would go into here and it would latch. So to give them a little bit of adjustability, the bracket that the striker pin goes onto will be slotted, so you can adjust the depth of the striker pin. So if the weather stripping ever wears out, let's say it's still good, but over time it squishes. So over time it gets thinner, and that door is not sealing properly. You can take that half-inch nut on the back end, loosen it, and bring your striker pin in or out more. Or if the weather stripping goes bad completely over the years and needs to replace it, and he doesn't have the same thickness. He can't find the same thick for whatever reason. You can't find the same thickness weather stripping. You'll have that little bit of adjustability on where your door latch is at. So I think that'd be kind of a good touch too. So like I said, I just really want to share with you guys what I had going on with this. I really wish I would have documented it, but I already have quite a bit of time wrapped up into doing this box, and taking a whole video and doing all the editing for it and everything like that would have been a whole nother fiasco. Again, it's just another thing where I kind of had to get done, but if all I can do is kind of take little videos of updates of what I'm doing, of my projects, I'm fine with that. I would really like to start actually taking the videos and be in the process of doing the stuff too. So hopefully sooner or later I can get to that point, but that's just another little update for you guys. Tomorrow I'm gonna get out in the shop for a little bit, and I'll try to get the camera out and kind of take a couple videos of me. I got 2 more doors to make up, so I'll probably at least get a video, and I'll edit that up, that way it's not so lengthy, and kind of show you guys my process of bending those doors up by hand, since I don't have the proper equipment. Which it's cool because there's a lot of guys out there that don't have the big shop and all this fancy equipment. There's a lot of us out there, so it's cool to be able to share that experience with you guys, to show that you can do a lot even with minimal tools. You just can't get discouraged. It's going to take longer to do it, but you can make some pretty cool stuff with the little amount of tools that that you have. As long as you got the basics, that's all it takes. So I just want to share that with you guys. So thanks for watching again. I'll probably upload this tonight and then make a separate video of making the doors, but I just wanted to kind of give you another little update. So I appreciate you guys watching. You guys have a good night. Thank you.